Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I love, I love actually just being home and being able to use all the stuff that I've built in here over the years and things because I can actually upload in a matter of seconds. Whereas when I'm on the road, sometimes it literally takes hours. And if I'm focusing in on other jobs and things like that, it's hard to keep everything up to date. But thank you for all of you great fans out there that make sure you send me a text or a tweet or whatever to make sure that we're up to speed so that way collectively we get all the news and stuff to you. Interesting thing, we were talking earlier about Dalvin Cook's situation. Getting a little bit more information and investigating into it about his alleged domestic violence, that he was a victim of domestic violence. What I found in an article, and again, don't quote me on this because I can't verify any of the information, but allegedly what happened about a year ago was Dalvin Cook was at home with a guest. He was at home with the guest, and a female person, former military sergeant, broke into the home and attacked him, and allegedly was hurt in the attack. There were no arrests or no charges filed in this case, but apparently the person who broke into his house alleged that she was hurt, after breaking into his house. So, I would think that this would be like stand your ground. That if you broke into my house, you came into my house uninvited. I mean, again, don't quote me on that. I don't have all the details. That's what I'm hearing on the story. So he's claiming that he was assaulted by this person, and there's litigation going back and forth because allegedly the person who broke into his house has been trying to sue him, I guess. I don't know. It's just, I'm just glad that this isn't Dallas Cowboys drama. Because if it were, well, quite frankly, it would be all over the place. This probably will be swept under the rug before midnight. We won't ever hear anything else about it. If this had been Zeke Elliott, oh my God, the internet would be broken right now. On to the next piece of news here, of course. Odell Beckham Jr. made famous by one catch, one-handed spectacular catch over Brandon Carr against the Dallas Cowboys in what turned out to be a game that he actually got injured in and lost, which has been part of, dare I say, Odell Beckham's career. A lot of sizzle, but very little substance. Odell, in his 8 seasons, to his credit, has had 5,000-yard seasons, including one with Baker Mayfield. The last few years, though, have been unfortunately more of a shell of himself. Not that a whole self of him is a great thing, because Odell Beckham Jr., you will remember, when he finally made it to the playoffs. Playoffs? You're talking about playoffs? Yeah. Made it to the playoffs. Instead of being focused in for that week, he proceeded to, after beating Washington, left from FedEx Field to go to Miami to hang out with Justin Bieber, who, mind you, is a well-known jinx, and hang out and party in Miami. And then proceeded in his first playoff game, and I believe only playoff game, to not to show up until after the game, where he put a hole in the wall. Well, Odell Beckham, of course, going to the Cleveland Browns, famously said, we're going to be like New England. We're going to work hard. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves together. We're going to be a great team. And proceeded not to show up for OTAs. Yeah. Unfortunately, him and Baker Mayfield never seemed to quite get it together, even though he did have that 1,000-yard season. In fact, the Cleveland Browns did a lot better on the times that Odell Beckham was injured. Enter this season, where Odell Beckham has got like 17 catches, 214 yards, something like that, where he's literally catching passes and injuring himself, not getting hit by anybody, just landing on the ground and getting injured. And to make matters worse, Dad Odell Beckham Jr.'s father got involved and decided to do an 11-minute Instagram video showing all the times that his son was open, but Baker Mayfield wouldn't throw it to him. Hence, the Cleveland Browns saying, you know what? We're going to make a Baker Mayfield friendly offense. We're going to go ahead and let Odell Beckham Jr. go. So Odell was finally actually healthy last Wednesday to come to practice, and they said, bro, you can stay home. We're going to work on getting your deal together so that way we can get you out of here. Thus, he got cut yesterday, or finally released yesterday, and cleared waivers today. Here's the thing. You can have Odell Beckham Jr. for your parties and gatherings. It will just cost you $7.2 million for the rest of this season. $7.2 million. So almost $1 million a game. That's a lot of money for a guy who hasn't made 250 yards in either of the last 2 seasons. But hey, what do I know? I'm just an idiot with the voodoo doll. Now, rumors. Here's where the rumors are. Gina shared me a video with a guy who was saying that possibly Green Bay, I don't think Green Bay wants to have another diva there. I think that that's a whole bunch of bullshit. Excuse me, I got a cold. They already have one queen diva that they're dealing with Aaron Rodgers, and things are bad enough. I'm not sure that you actually want to put Odell Beckham in there. That literally might melt everything as far as the frozen tundra there. It could just literally implode. Don't think that'll happen. But the interesting one could be the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle, who took a chance on Josh Gordon, doesn't seem to mind having guys with a little bit of a shady past in there. Guys that have a little bit of problems going on. And Pete Carroll, when asked about Odell, basically said, I cannot confirm or deny that. I guess they're going to be doing their due diligence. They do have enough cap space that they could sign him easily this year. Russell Wilson is back this week and beginning to work out. And at this point, Seattle needs a boost to try and make it to the playoffs. I'm not sure that Odell Beckham Jr. has much to really boost anybody at this point. But who am I to say? The funny thing is when you think of older players, you don't think about what they've done in recent history. You go back to what they were a long time ago. And generally speaking, guys that have been problems, guys that have been having issues staying on the field, don't all of a sudden just stop having those. It goes back to character and health. And also, how hard you actually work to stay on the field. And Odell Beckham, the same guy that said we're going to work hard like New England and doesn't show up for OTAs, I'm not so sure that he's that guy that is the workout warrior to try and take care of his body. Of course, there's Cowboy fans out there that say, sign Odell Beckham. And quite frankly, I'm surprised that they haven't said that the Cowboys will do their due diligence when it comes to Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I appreciate you guys. Still trying to get in the Trolling Tuesday video, but just got so much other news to take care of. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Peace.